Hello everyone. It's been quite a while since I've worked with any kind of eco-pour, but today I'm going to be working with some mix-to-mold. So stay with me and I'll be right back. Hello everyone. This is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Now I was playing with some of this mix-to-mold just the other day, and I did do a few pours, and I want to do them again. One of which was this beautiful lion, and this was a Timu mold, and it's a little terracotta pot. And then I also did the Highland cow. He is really cute. I did get a few bubbles under the fur because it is quite, well, I wouldn't say detailed, but in a sense it is. So I'm going to do something special with those two. I also did a little boat with the mold, and I love this little boat. You know, my dad was a boat builder, so I just had to have this mold. Now, I've only used JDiction's Resincrete before, and the Resincrete is a wonderful product. I absolutely love it, but this was on sale at Hobby Lobby, and a lot of folks use this material, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it was on sale. Now I did get pink and blue and the terracotta, so apparently Hobby Lobby will still carry the white mix-to-mold, but they were apparently getting rid of the colors, so I went ahead and grabbed a few bags of these. Now, aside from my two molds I want to do today, I also picked up this little turtle, and I thought we could try that, see how much extra mix we come up with. And then I also have, I've moved them, these little succulent plants. So I thought if I have any extra, I will use these to pour. I did pour this one. It's rather large, and I thought about magnets, but this was a little too heavy. So I already opened one of these mix-to-molds in the terracotta, and what you get is instructions and a little cup like that. Now, they measure, they meaning mix-to-mold, mold, they measure with tablespoons. And so this little scoop of theirs is 2 tablespoons. And comparing to Resincrete, Resincrete measures by weight. So I'm going to try doing this pour again, measuring by weight. Now, I did get out my scale, and to explain is, if you're using regular resin, and after your piece is cured, if you weigh it, that gives you a very close estimate as to how much resin you're going to need. So I have a little notebook, and after my pieces are made, I write down how much resin it takes. So in this instance, going by weight, I'm going to try it this way. The lion, complete weight, finished piece, is 16 ounces. So doing a little calculation, we're going to go 3 to 1. This is 3 to 1, so is the Resincrete. So if I go 3 to 1, and I have 16 ounces, if I divide that by 4, that gives me, 4 ounces. So that would be 4 ounces times 3 would be 12 ounces of powder, and the 1 extra 4 ounce would be the water. So I'm going to try this by weight. Let me show you what I have. To the side, I have a bucket of water on the floor so I can clean my bowls. And it's real handy. You don't want to ever pour this down your sink or your toilet. You want to dump this outside, or it'll really clog your drains. I did notice this terracotta stained my molds a little bit, but hopefully I can still use them for resin. We'll see. So let's start with the scale. Turn this on. I'm going to zero it out. Put on my bowl. and zero that out again. And I'm going to put 12 ounces of this powder inside. I'm not, well, if I cut above the little closure part, let's see if we can open it. I had trouble with the other bag. Let's see. All right, well that, oh, here's another one of those little cup. Comes inside. Well, let's get that out of the way. So let's go ahead, and 12 ounces would be at least a cup or more, but let's go 12 ounces. I just want to see if this works. 3 ounces. Ooh, that looks like a lot. 4. How many ounces in here? Well, there's a pound in here. 12. Boy, that's going to be, well, it's heavy. I do have extra molds. Let's see what happens. Do I have a whole 12 ounces in here? Oh, there we go. Take some out, Billy. Got a little carried away. Scoop some of that out. I'm a measurer. I want to measure. There we go. I'm not experienced enough with these powders to, you know, use guessing by golly. And I noticed when I did use the tablespoon measurements for this product, it needed more water. It was too dry, needed more water. So there is our 12. It's shifting on me. I think my scale has a little too much resin on it, or it's just wearing out, or it needs new batteries. I'm not sure. So now I'm going to use this for water. Let's zero this out again. Zero that out for the cup itself, and we're going to go 4 ounces of water. So this gives us a total of 16. Whoops. Ooh, might be too runny. I guess we'll see. It ended up looking like a very thick pancake batter. And I had to keep adding water. Well, there's a little more water. That's okay. So I don't remember. I think it's 8 minutes mixing time. And you want it to cure for an hour. Now, something else I'm going to do is, I do like the terracotta look, but I'd like to have it a little browner. So I have some JDiction Resin-Crete color pigments. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little brown to this water. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I don't know, what's that for? Everything's by 4 today. Let's go 4 and 4. Let's mix this up. I don't know if it'll color it by very much, but I guess we'll see. Next time I might need more. Okay, here we go. I've got my mixing spatula here. I did have a whisk, but it got real bendy, so I'm not going to use that anymore. Let's see. Let's just add our water and start to mix. I don't know if that made much difference in the color. It may have. So here we go. You don't want to use your utensils in your kitchen after you've used it with this. Now see, that pretty runny, but I'm going to go by weight. And I noticed, because when I did this the other day, I was talking to Miss April, and I noticed the color of the terracotta floats. It really doesn't seem to mix completely in. I don't think that brown made quite a difference, but it'll look marbly, which will be pretty cool. I think I've got it all. Yes, I think the mix to mold, I mean the Resinecrete mixes differently. But this is pretty wet, isn't it? Just mix it and see what happens. I wonder if I should try to absorb some of this water. I could with a napkin, but I think I'm just going to keep on going and just use this as an experiment and see how we do. Get a paper towel, wipe this off real quick. Now, it may not work out at all because I had too much water. I guess we'll see. Oh, gee, should I add more? Now I'm nervous. Will that fill the lion? It'll just take longer to cure, I imagine. Or if it settles, it might, you know, shrink down. Just have a bunch of water on top. I'm going to do it. So here's our pretty cool rabbit. I was going to say rabbit. Lion mold. I don't know that that's mixed all the way. It's still powdery on the edges. Like I said, I'm not very well versed with this, but I did like the Resinecrete. So I hope the mixed mold makers don't get angry that I'm doing a comparison. There's a hair. Of course there's a hair. All right. Let's get a little in here. Give it a little squish. I was curious about this mold because I didn't know what was around the basket, and there is some detail. Now look at all of this is at the bottom. Let's get this. Oh, I better get to cracking. Get that up. It just didn't mix very good all the way. All right, let's check your theory, Billy. Will it fill it all the way up? There's still more at the bottom. Close. Pretty close. Let's add a little water to that. And oh, that's pretty runny. Where's my powder? What do I do with it? Oh, it's right in front of my face. I'm just going to put a little scoop. Probably, maybe that. Not sure if this is the right thing to do, but we're going to try it. See if I can't just get a little more in here. So pardon the mixing noise. I should move them away from me so I can get the others poured. Pretty close. Pretty close, I must say. So Move it, Billy. You're going to be sorry. Let's get that way over here, and I'll just top that off, okay? Oh, so that will probably take over an hour. And I'm sure it will shrink down. That's a lot of moisture. I've heard some artists say, you know, too much water is okay because it will evaporate or absorb into the clay. That's perfect, okay? So, before I make more, let me dunk this in my bucket, wipe my tools off, put you on pause, and we'll try to do the Highland cow. Well, I don't have enough. I don't have 12 ounces to do the Highland cow. However, the measurements or the recipe would be different because it's almost 14 ounces of the mix to mold. But let's go ahead and see how much I have left. Then we can calculate the water and do this one probably differently. I did take a paper towel and just laid it flat over the bottom or the top with all that water of the lion, and it stopped quite a bit of fluid up. And I had to put a few popsicle sticks under there to make it level. But let me see how much of this I actually have left. Here's the partial bag what I didn't use. So to do both those molds, wasn't thinking it took me almost 2 bags. That's okay. I do have one Highland cow, and I could do it in a different color. I'm not fond of the blue and pink they have, though, to be honest. Let's see what's left in here. I'm sure we'll have a mold that will work. So, now, Billy, how's your math? That's almost 6 ounces of powder. So, if it's 3 to 1, go 2, 4, 6. I think I'm just gonna, I guess we're just gonna add water. I can't figure that in my head. Divided by, well, 4 into 6. Then we're into fractions. Let's just add some water and see what happens. Let's try it the way the professionals do it. They don't weigh and measure. They have a little more confidence than I do right now, I would imagine. See how much we have. I have the turtle. I don't know that I want a brown turtle, but I have a cowboy hat here. Now, I have more than what would fill that hat. Maybe that'll fill the hat. That would be cool. And it's a votive holder too, or a succulent holder. It's either that, or let's see, I have a Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper. And then I have this mold, and I believe it's got trees and squirrels. I guess we're just gonna eyeball it, okay? Here we go. So that was 12. Well, you can divide. No, we've got 6 here. It'd be 2/3. I'm just gonna part of a 1/6 here. We'll just start that way. Or I could have done it with the teaspoons. I was thinking, since I've had this sitting here and it's been a while, I'm going to use it. And I do have an acquaintance through Dusty, one of his friends, Tammy. She grows and sells succulents. So I was thinking if I can get some of these pieces made, go and see Tammy. Boy, I'm tongue-tied today. We'll see Tammy and possibly get some succulents from her. I think that might barely. Let's try and fill the hat. Now it's kind of pancakey, see? And I guess that's how it's supposed to be. But I think I better not play around. Let's just do it, Billie. That will probably fill the hat. So let's do it. Okay, we have to get in the rims. How are we going to do that? How will we do that? I have I don't have a spoon handy. I'm thinking I want more water. I do, just because. Something tells me. Usually my gut tells me pretty good things, but sometimes I can listen to my instincts and it's way off. I like that better. Scrape the bottom. There's a paper towel here. And let's go. See if we can't at least have enough to get up into the lip of, or the rim of the hat. Should be. Is that getting in there? Yes, it is. You know I live in Idaho, and this is lots of cowboys and farmers in our area here. Lots of farmland. Of course, potatoes. We're famous for the potatoes. We've got quite a few dairies here. Corn, you name it, we grow it. Whoops. Why don't you just get messy, Bill? That's why you put the puppy pad down here, isn't it? I think it's in there. It's got to be. All right, once again, I'm going to move this to the side, out of the way. I'll clean that up. Let's top this off over here. I'm sorry you can't see me. And I might just top this off. The lion. I might not have any left for little cactuses. That's okay. I don't want to bump on there because this does get very hard. When I was sanding the other pieces the other day, it gets very, very hard. All right, I'm going to just put this in the bucket. We'll worry about that later. So we didn't get the cow made. Not in the terracotta anyway. And I don't need to have a real long video. Let me take a paper towel. I don't know if you can see me. I can't see where my screen is. That's the one thing about it. I'm just going to lay a little paper towel over that. Trying to get some of that moisture up. There we go. Lion's looking good so far. My trash, I can't reach it. All right, let me show you what else I had in mind. Let me cover this up. Okay. What I wanted to do, so I'll show you with the boat. And the boat, it's so cool. It comes with little oars. Look at these. The mold comes with little oars. but I thought I would UV resin those, because I'm sure as thin as they are, they would snap. We don't want them snapping. So what I was doing is I sanded it all up, and then I grabbed some tools. So I wanted to make it look more like, you know, cedar strips or wood. So I just took this tool here, this clay tool. My daughter used to work a lot with clay. So I was just scoring in some lines around the boat here. Do one in the 3 lines, do one in the middle. I'll try to make a more of a wood texture. That was my plan. I want to try this in resin too. And you know what would be, I thought would be cute, is the little cactus. They say they're for magnets anyway. But wouldn't a set of cactus magnets look so cute if they were presented as a gift in this little boat mold? I thought that would be kind of cute, and tie a little bow on it, put the oars on. So then I just started scratching. As long as I had the 3 lines, and then I was trying to make a circle. I won't put you through that, but this is what I wanted to do. Boy, that got harder overnight. These have been sitting for almost 3 days. Make a few knots. Oh, Annie's at my door. So there, giving myself a little texture. Hopefully it'll look like wood. I don't want to let her in because I don't want those to tumble. Oh, sweet Annie. You know, she's my video diva. She hasn't been on video for quite some time. But she's 17 years old. She went to the vet week before last. We went back just this week. So Annie has 1 bad kidney and a kidney stone. So now she is on special food. And I feel bad. It's a little getting used to because, you know, I have 4 other cats. And I used to just have the trough out for them, you know, so they could just free feed whenever they were hungry. And now we're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what's hard is they don't come in and out at the same time. But we'll figure it out. I just want her to feel better. Eventually, the doctor said she'll have to be on medication. But the one kidney is gone. So I just have to make her life as pleasant as I can. She's my sweetheart. And Lily is overweight, apparently. She needs to be on a diet, so that will help her out a little bit. And the boys, they're all doing well. Everybody had a good report, so they had their shots and checkups. I was behind, but that was quite expensive, I must say. Quite expensive. I want that one a little deeper. So bear with me. Let me just get across here a little better. And I think, oh, it looks about, that one's a better side because I took my time. But I'm just going to make it look like old wood. Like that. Oh, let me get this area. You're probably thinking, get on with it, Billy. I don't want to just sit here and watch you scratch stuff. Freeform. Freeforming it. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, let me just take a paper towel, and I want to try a product that I got from April from Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium. And this is a gel, Lazure gel. It says mahogany. I also have, this is a green. No, this is the walnut. But I think this would look better with the terracotta. And then there's a green here. And I thought, oh, if that works that nice, I might. This is a stone effect paste. But I thought, well, maybe I'll just try this on here. And maybe the green will look cool on a turtle. I'm not too sure. Let's open this up. I might just daub it on. And then again, I don't know if I should brush it on. See what it looks like. Ooh. I was thinking on the lines of, oh, what is that called? And mine's all dried up. Rub and Buff. I was thinking like Rub and Buff would be cool on here. This will give a little more. It's water-based, apparently. I need get this off. Ew. So if it's a gel, we should be able to rub it on, can't we? All I have to do that with was a couple of little face pads. Let's try one of these. Let's see what happens. I'll probably leave fuzz everywhere. I don't have a test piece. Well, I like it. Might mix a little walnut in there. I was going to go get some stain from the garage. Oh, I like that color. You can leave the inside as it is. And, oh, look where I daubed it. It just made a mark. Sucked it right up. But that's really terracotta color, isn't it? But now it looks more like a boat. I don't have a daubing brush. Do I? I don't think I do. Don't have daubing brushes. Is that what they're called? I could highlight that with a little brown paint. But I kind of like that. I'll leave some of it sparse, eh? So this was my thoughts on the boat. But stain, I think, would work just as well. I'll let this dry and then I'll do the bottom. Let's see. I guess acrylic paints would work too. It doesn't matter. I just wanted it to look more like a boat. Don't know what I'll put in it for sure. How's that look? I want to go around the top edge though. We'll set this aside. I like it. I like this gel. I'll see if I can't find a link. But I'll have everything else linked up if I can find the mix to mold link. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon or just Hobby Lobby. How does this feel? Oh my goodness, it dries quick. Look at that. That dries really fast. We got to get the nose here. That's pretty cool. I want more there. Look at me. I'm going to go solid with it eventually, it seems like. But I hope that washes off with water. It should. Just go around the top. And then I will probably, maybe I'll paint some polyurethane on the outsides when I seal these. You know it would work since that's all goopy. Let's get a Q-tip. Let's do this. Now I'm all streaky. There's a little hole there. Get it in there? Don't worry about it. Just rough it up. It's a handmade boat. Literally, isn't it? I still have a beautiful canoe in my garage hanging that my father started and wasn't able to finish it. He made some beautiful boats when I was a child. You can see the sanding marks there, I think, is what you're seeing. So let me go ahead and finish this. I'll come back and we'll try the let's try the Highland cow next, okay? I'll be right back. All right, I wanted to show you. This turned out really nice. I went ahead and did the whole inside, but we're not done with this boat yet. And with this gel, I think that sealed it nicely. I don't believe I need to put anything else on it, but I am going to do more to the boat and finish off the oars. So while I have a minute, I want to thank you all for subscribing and following me for all this time. I've been YouTubing for almost 4 years now. I thank you subscribers and new folks that have joined me. And today I need to share a very special thank you to Mary, because Mary actually sent me some Happy Mail. And I don't get Happy Mail very often, but this is beautiful. She went on my wish list and Amazon, and something I needed very much so was this big roll of painter's tape. I use a lot of painter's tape with my resin work, and I appreciate that very much. She also sent me this cute little mold. Now, if he wasn't so detailed, I would have poured the resin-crete, but I'm going to do resin in this one. But it's a hedgehog. A little, and it's probably life-size. Cute little hedgehog. Cute little face in there. Mary, thank you so very much. And then she also sent me, God bless her, some Let's Resin UV resin. And as you know, I'm starting to work more and more with UV, so this comes in very handy. Thank you again. So, Mary, take good care. I appreciate you so much for always liking and commenting. So, the hat is warm. The lion is warm. And what I want to get into next is finishing off these two pieces here. I believe I'm going to start with the cow. So let me get organized and I'll come right back to you. See you shortly. Okay, well, I didn't clean up too much, but I did get out my Tester's gold paint. This is a gloss enamel, mainly used for, model airplanes and things like that, which I used to love doing as a teenager. But because this is not water-based, you need to clean your brushes with acetone. So I just put some acetone in this bottle here, some fine brushes. And be sure when you put your testers away that you clean off the rim of the paint, or else it will seal itself and you'll never get the darn lid off again. So I did just wipe that off, and then I shook it a little bit. So I have 2 fine brushes, and what I want to do is I just want to accent. Now I want to do his horns, his hoofs, and his tail and muzzle, just in gold, and then I'll seal them, the whole piece, with a polyurethane. But I needed to let you know, now it looks like the tip of the horns are gone. They're not really pointed in the mold, but those, I believe, were bubbles. And, you know, I sanded off the rough edge a little bit, but I'm just going to leave them as they are. And I'm just going to take, this is a fine brush. Let's see how Testers takes to the little cow here. Now you can use chrome markers, I would imagine. Would work just fine. But I like the real bold shimmer of the Testers Gold. And that you don't need to seal, but it's taken it quite well. I thought of polyurethaning the entire piece first and then trying to paint, but this is good. It's not soaking in, you know, or bleeding into, can I call it clay itself? So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next little while. And aside from the cow, the lion, I'm going to do gold eyes, I believe. And I'm just going to paint the mane and the tip of the tail. I don't know if I'll go into detail on the edge of the pot here, but I think that'll be it'll be beautiful, just having the mane and the tail colored in. This little fellow, I'm also going to do the hoofs. So, oh, there's a nice big hole around his mouth. That was definitely a bubble. And you see where the bubbles went under the fur there, but it was quite thick when I poured this. If I can just make a nice edge around his muzzle there. And we will just accent these pieces. I've seen ring holders and such, you know, that you buy in a retail store, and they're just mainly white with the gold accents. Very pretty. So I thought this is the route I would take on these 2 pieces here. Should have carved my initial in there. Be sure to mark your artwork. I always fail to do it. I fail to put my name in a lot of times. You know, the name and the date. Kind of hesitate on the date, but I guess you're supposed to. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I just want to get the edges here, then I'll go in with the other brush and fill that in. So let me just go and do the outlines here, but I think that'll look really pretty. Well, there it is. What do you think of that? Did I just put my finger? Yes. Don't put your finger in it, Billy, and I just did. On the back hoof, but I got a little gold there. And you know what? I think you can scratch it off. If you get something where you don't want it, let's see. I'll keep putting it everywhere because I've got it on my hands, but yeah, I think you can just scrape that off if you get it where you don't want it. There, so that was my thoughts. Just accents like that. Please tell me what you think about that. Should I go ahead and, I see powder. Should I go ahead and leave it like this, or should I take the gel and cover it completely brown? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that is my thought on this little one. And I'm going to go ahead and do the lion. When we come back, we'll demold these other two pieces. They're still a bit warm, but oh, I think they're working out. So until then, take good care. I'll see you shortly. Bye. Okay, everyone, I have finished the lion. I think he turned out great, but let me show you. The tail, you know, I just colored the tail gold. It looked kind of, it was just there. So I went ahead and painted the whole tail in the team Tester's gold. I also put a little gold paint in the eyes and a couple of gold rhinestones. I think he's gorgeous, and he goes with our little Highland cow very well. Now, I want to put a finish on these two pieces. The boat actually does not need to be finished because this glaze has really sealed everything and it looks wonderful. So let's go ahead and see if I can't demold the other lion here. Now this has been setting for a day because I was sidetracked. I don't know what happened yesterday. Something happened yesterday. But I get sidetracked easily. So I know the lion came out of the mold a lot easier than the cow. I did struggle with the cow. So of course I can't remember if I went back end first. I believe I did. And boy, it's pretty dark, probably because there was so much water in it, and I'm sure this is going to have to set for a few more days. But it did set up. I'm happy about that. Now, if I can hold that and get this little... Now let's go over the feet. I just didn't want to break his nose or do anything like that. Let me get a grip on this piece here. This has some good suction in there. If I can squeeze that out. Okay, here it comes. Oy. Oh, whew, that's a dirty mold. To clean that up with soap and water. Pardon my hands. You know, I've been doing all kinds of things, so I'm a bit grody with the fingernails. So that came out, needs a good wash. Just soap and water. And you know, there's not so many pot or little holes because it was so fluid. The other one had quite a bit more little bubble holes, but I think that's pretty nice. Of course, I will trim all these pieces. I like to trim everything with the what was I using? I was using, this needs clean too. I was using this big emery board, and then of course the X-Acto knife is always something to have on hand, and I can't even see mine on hand now, but that turned out really, really good. I'm going to paint him probably in the gold the same as I did the other one, but I will do that off a camera. I think that's really nice. I think I'll sign my name this time. Or should we do another color? Should we do something different? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to me to try something else with him. You'll probably comment after I already did something different. All right, the hat. Wasn't too sure about the hat. Now I save all these pieces because I have a little jar here that I put the excess pieces. I'm gonna have to break that with a hammer, but for how do you say that? Chorizo? Not chorizo. Something Giraggio bits. I don't know the word. But let's just get this off and out. Let's see if we need to decorate this hat. But anyway, and let's hope. Oh, big hole under the brim. Oh, another big hole under the brim. Oh, I see stitching. This will be interesting. It's coming out very easily. This is a pretty mushy mold. Oh, it's even got a hat band. That's what I was wondering. Oh, love that. Love that. Ooh, that would look nice in the brown gel. But let me think about that. But look at the stitching on there. That's pretty neat. There's my holes. You know what I'm going to do? Ooh, that's still very wet. Let this dry a little bit. Clean it up. And looks good. And it looks good. A few holes there. But I'm going to try to buff those out. Thank goodness it's on the bottom. So, just even a gold brim on the band, maybe. And maybe the gold stitches. That would look pretty nice, I think. Maybe I have something else around here I can put on that, but let's let that one harden before I go any further with that. Now, gather this up. Not too many chunks, but enough. And I'm so glad that measured out just as good as it did. Oh, let me do it over to the side. Get that done. All right, now just get that down. Onto, I'm going to get a little alcohol on my hands. That's why my hands are chafed. Chafed and dry. This powder, you know what I noticed about the other powder? The, was it the powder or the clay? No, I'm thinking about something else. Scratch that statement. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So, I need to make the oars here for our little boat. And I thought, you know, gold, of course, because did I show you? I painted the tip. I went kind of gold happy. Painted the tip there. So, rather than solid gold, I have this diamond dust glitter. It's a UV resin and it's a Temu product. 12 colors in here, but it's glittery in the box. Let's try these. So there's our mold, and I don't know if this is open. Let's check. Probably needs opened. Let's see if this is gold. Come on. If you can't do it that way, you do it this way. Don't pop out or squeeze out on me. Boy, that's on there. Oh, look at that. Oh, Billie, there's all the way around, but that's the gold. Ooh, it's pretty gooey. This poor blade, I'm out of blades. I've been using this one down to the wire. Oh, come on. Get that off of me. Get that off me. Okay. Now, I guess maybe these oars will probably take most of it. I don't know if I need to mix it with anything. I doubt it. Has that got a hole in it? I have to cut this off. Oh, that's got a hole. No, we're good to go. Yeah, maybe a couple of layers. Let's see what happens. We just squeeze this in here. Or is that orange? No, it's gold. What if we just do the outline? Just do the outline. And glitter maybe, hey? Oh, of course. There's the hair. Maybe I'll just do that. Do an outline. There. He loves his clay. The other day my daughter said, I got on Temu and they want me to do this and that and spin the wheels and I just said, oh please daughter, don't even go there. You just tell me tell me what you need and I'll get it for you, because yeah, that's how they get you. That is how they get you. I've got a little goober there. Let me get that up. Any more? I'm going to go ahead and stick this in my, I have my Let's Resin double-sided lamp right here. My desk is too messy right now to get, oh, the G3 from Resiners. Oh, that is fabulous. I love that. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to put just a couple of minutes on that and let it set, and I'll be looking for some glitter. So I'll be right back. Okay, well, this glitter was right almost in front of my face because I hadn't put it away. This is just a, oh, I got this from the thrift shop. It's just your basic gold, nothing fancy glitter. And I could probably use up the rest of this BondCraftor UV resin. And actually, BondCraftor sent me, you know, I shouldn't say anything about Happy Meal because BondCraftor, I get these wonderful things from, they wouldn't be sponsors, but they're companies, and I appreciate that so much. But anyway, sidetrack Billy. BondCrafters had sent me a little mold kit. Let me show you. It's right here. I just opened it today. And we'll have to try this. It's a silicone rubber for mold making. Now that's something I've never done. And this must be a new product of theirs. Oh, can I grab it? Flix rubber. Flix rubber. I'm thinking that must be something squishy. So we'll play with those in a couple of days. Yay! I'm spoiled. Appreciate all of it. I appreciate you and the folks that, you know, send me products to try. I feel like I'm in heaven. Put the lid on that. Okay. Now let's just get some of this. I wanted to use this up. I have some nice glitter too. Well, this is just basic. Little gold bits, and I don't think you need a lot. Billy, here's a stick. I don't think I want a lot of glitter. Probably a little more resin. And, oh, should I get some glue? Oh, I don't have glue here. I have tacky glue. I wonder if that'll work. Oh, what is this over here? My glue. What's left of it? Hobby glue. That's white glue. Oh, I have a big bottle on the shelf. Hold on, let me go grab that. I need to get it together. All right, look at this huge bottle. This is Elmer's clear glue, and I had some other I was using up. So I want to add more resin to that though first. I got that off of Amazon, And I try to list everything, or I was trying to put everything I use in the descriptions, but now if you just pop on my Amazon storefront, I've had that divided into categories with most all the items I've purchased from Amazon in regards to resin and artwork. So, you know, I have all the molds listed in one category. I have paints and this and that in other categories. So, yeah, check that out if you'd like to. All right, here we go. I hope that's enough. I hope that's enough. Just leave this on that little tray. And it's a different gold. I'm just going to put a dab of glue off of this micro brush in here. Ooh, let's get that globby. Now, it's my understanding that, oh my goodness, the gentleman who discovered this, you all know him. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Daniel Cooper. Daniel Cooper, I guess, came up with this idea with putting glue in your resin so the glitter doesn't sink everywhere, or just sink, you know, it floats. I'm behind on watching his channel. It's been a while. Oh, come on. All right, well, here. Now can you see me, or am I out of frame? The other way. Oh God, that looks like you need scissors to cut this. Whoa. Billy, what do you got going here? Oh no. That's a lot of... Look at that. Can you see what it... Oh, what am I doing? Get over here and get over there. What do I need to, like, split you up here? Like fighting siblings? Get out. Get, you know. If you're gonna fight, get away from each other. Oh, I keep pulling it that way. My word. Should have added more resin. It's gonna be orange versus gold. Now I'll probably find the right bottle of gold glitter later. I picked up orange. It looked gold though to begin with, didn't it? Oh my gosh, get off of there. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Well, maybe it'll find its way. Let's get you two separated. Boy, the things you discover, eh? Sometimes I think I just do things more, you know, more difficult than for myself. But hey, keeps me occupied. And I think I'm done with company for the summer. Still have, you know, a little bit of garden work to do. But hopefully I can get back on schedule. Get more things out. Get more pieces out. Get these ideas out of my head. It's maddening. Just a little more glitter over there. What do you think? Think that spread out evenly? As I keep fussing. Oh my. Maybe I should just cook this first and add some more to top them off. It would have been cool to do these in the plaster, but you know they would have just snapped. They would have just snapped. what is that saying? Add something. Oh, I can't remember. I'm just yapping. All right. Boy, those are going to be thrown away. I'll never get those clean. All right. But there is some. Get a Q-tip. Get that off the sides. And I'll start dragging it again. Okay, stop it. Stop it, Bill. I never listen to myself. Okay, let's put that in this double-sided UV lamp. I'm going to go 3 minutes. My resin is covered. Now you should see this desk. It is loaded. Loaded. Okay. For those of you who are wondering, this is how my mind works, and I say it out loud. Sometimes. All right. That's that. So I had one more process I wanted to show you. Okay. Now that would be, let's cure that too. That would be putting a finish on the lion and the cow. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? So what I want to do is I use a lot of polyurethane varnish, not the polyurethane resin, but polyurethane varnish. And it's water-based. I think Minwax is a brand. It doesn't matter. You can get it at any hardware store. I can never remember the name of the product that a lot of resiners use specifically for sealing pieces. But this is cheaper. I mean, you can get a whole quart that will last. Well, a whole quart is 2 bottles of this. 2 of these bottles. And I just keep a bottle in here. Find myself a little cup. I just saw one. I want a bigger cup than those. My word, I just had them that came with the the powder. All right, if this video's hacked, you know why, because I've got lost somewhere. That one's dirty. Well, heck, same powder. Let's just put some in here. Whoa. I said this dries clear. It's water-based, easy cleanup. I'm going to grab a paintbrush. And I always put a little dish soap in my water with the paint brushes. That one's stained anyway with that. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Now, another new guessing by golly. Oh, should I have painted his whole tail? Oh, gosh, you know what I should have? I think I should have. Oh, my word. Well, I'm going to paint the rest of his tail off camera, and then I'll coat him. But let's do the... Oh, get it together, Bill. Let's do the lion. Let's start down here and see what it does to the surface. I might just darken it up. Gold is dry, but we'll seal it. I don't have to worry about getting it on the gold paint because that's a lacquer. That's good to go. This might darken it up a little bit, but we'll seal it. I'm going to seal the inside of the pot too. I know when you plant with terracotta, well, maybe I shouldn't. It does seem to soak up the moisture from your plant water and can make a mess on your countertops. I discovered that. But I think I'll seal it anyway on the inside. Oh, that brings out, I like it. Look, it brings out the color. And it's not peeling, you know, it's not bringing any of the mix to mold onto the brush. It's a pretty design on that pot. I'm just going to seal this. Okay, I'm going to seal this. Finish the tail on the Highland cow. Seal it. I'm going to paint gold on the cowboy hat. I will seal that. And my lamp is still going with the oars. And all of these shall be finished. So I'm hoping you enjoyed my time playing with the mix to mold and making these cute little pieces here. And I'm sorry I don't put the links to my Temu in my description. If there's something you can't find, I can look it up for you. Just let me know. Look at that for the body compared to the face. So I'm going to continue to brush that on. Let's finish the oars. How's that sound? Now that was 3 minutes. And I'm just going to top it off with some more UV. And we will have something special. Are you filling in there? Okay. Just a few more minutes. We'll demold these. I want to see actually how thick they are. But I don't think I'm going to like the gold around the edges. But it was worth a try. Okay, worth a try. Get back in there. Give you another 3 minutes. I don't know if I pressed it 3 times. And back to you for a second. Let's just finish this up while we wait. I want to get his little ears. This is a beautiful mold. I like it. Let's tap it on. And this dries really fairly quickly too. You might want to put 2 coats on. I don't think it matters, but I use it for sealing most everything really. Especially if you're using acrylic markers or paint on resin. I like to seal it with this. And I'll do the bottom when this is set up. I think the eyes, I looked at blue eyes, I looked at black eyes, and then there were some green eyes and red eyes. And I thought, no, we're just going to go gold eyes. So there he is, aside from the middle. Just get a little coat in there. See, I can touch it on the outside and it's almost dry. So, save a few bucks and just get some water-based varnish from your hardware store. Works just as well. Or you could have spray varnished this too, actually, with the polyurethane spray. But we're almost set to go, everyone. This ore should be done in just a second. And, oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're going to, there you are. Set you aside to dry. There's the difference between the varnish and just left alone. I like the varnish. Sets it right off. Seals it up well. I'll probably will do 2 coats because this is quite porous. Stick that in my water. And let me take a look at this again while I'm waiting. I really like that. Yeah, it turned out nice. Not too many holes, and I just scrambled to get that in there. But yeah, I think I'll do a gold trim. Maybe a little feather would be cute right there. I wonder if I have anything that small. I have finch feathers and canary feathers. I did do a video on jewelry with resin and my finch and canary feathers in Antler. I might pull up that number for you and put it in the description. So I'm putting my finger in there. That feels pretty hard to me. I'll just pause you till it's finished. Okay, here we go. Now I could just peel that out and put it in the scrap bin. Boy, that stuff gets hot, didn't it? I guess I didn't realize it. Let's just pop these out. Oh, well, that's not so bad with the, I better do the top sides, eh? Yeah, I will put these under the lamp again. Make sure they're completely cured. Clean them up. They're going to look lovely with a little boat. And I'll quit rambling. And thank you, everyone, for watching and putting up with my nonsense. Take good care of yourselves. I'm sending the biggest hugs. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.